That may have been a little long of an intro, but I'm going to try to make it up to you by not making this video stupid long. I know you guys haven't heard from me in about a week and a half now. Fact of the matter is, I've been working a lot of hours, 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. Haven't really had time to do much, but that's going to have to change for this weekend because we've got a race to go to. So I want to give you guys updates on all the projects. Before I do, I would like to invite everybody to come out to English Mountain this Saturday night. Weather pending, this event has actually been put off twice already, but they are having the cash nights this Saturday at English Mountain Raceway. So if you guys want to come out, they're going to have a small tire class, run what you brung. I believe they're having an all-wheel drive class, and they have added a hard tire class, which brings me to what you just saw me doing. Unfortunately, last weekend, I missed the whole streetcar invasion event. I had to work. I didn't get off work till about 7 o'clock that night. I was exhausted, so I didn't get to go. It wouldn't have really mattered anyway because I've got bald tires on the China Vet. I had, one empty nitrous bottle, one half of a nitrous bottle. It would have been pointless. But I am bound and determined to race this Saturday. So the issue I've got going on, guys, as you can see, it's dark outside. I've not been getting home till 7:30, sometimes 8 o'clock at night. Everywhere I need to go is closed when I go to work and then closed again when I've been getting home just because of the late hours I've been having to work this summer. So I've got everything loaded in the car. The plan is tomorrow morning after I drop Skylar off at school, I'm going to try to swing by Performance Products, drop my nitrous bottles off to get both of those topped off. Then hopefully my wife is going to take our new tires and the wheels that I just took off the vet and have those new tires put on for us, so we'll be good to go for Saturday. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, damn, Robert, you haven't done shit to the China Vet in months. And no, I haven't, guys. And do I expect to win? No, not really, but I do expect to have a good time. And, if I were to win, hell, that'd be great too. But the bottom line is I'm getting kind of bored with the test and tune stuff. I want to get out here and compete a little bit. Right now, this guy behind me here is a long ways away from ever being able to compete in anything. So the hard tire class might be somewhere where I can be kind of competitive with the China Vet. We'll just have to see. I've not tried it out, with the nitrous, with these new tires. But again, we'll just have to see, guys. Either way it goes, I'm going to have a good time. If you guys come out there this Saturday, you're going to have a good time too. So with that being said, I want to give you guys some project updates. What I'm about to tell you guys about the DR Nova, if you guys are on the group page, the Bad Luck Garage group page on Facebook, you guys already know this because I actually put out a little video clip. I think it was earlier today, or it might have been late last night, but we do have the transmission out. Ray actually got the transmission out so we could actually see how bad the damage was. The bell housing cracked about halfway around, guys, but thanks to Kevin Varner, a buddy of mine, it looks like we're gonna be able to get it welded up. So we took the transmission out, cleaned it up a little bit, took it to Kevin. Kevin actually took it to a buddy of his. We're hoping to have that transmission back by the end of the week, all welded up. I don't know if we'll get it put back in this weekend because of Saturday's event, but if we don't, next weekend definitely we'll get it put in. It may even be a situation where we get it put in one day and take it to English Mountain the next day to test that converter finally. Now, I know a lot of you on the last video were saying, we didn't have the converter fully seated. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I was with you on that. I thought maybe we didn't have it all the way in. It turns out that's not what the problem is. The converter was completely seated. The issue was, well, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm just going to roll a little bit of cell phone footage in right here. This is actually the clip that I put on the Bad Luck Garage group page earlier today or late last night, whatever it was. So I'm going to roll that in here where I'm kind of explaining what exactly happened. All right, guys, so here you go. You can see the crack in it. It starts right here at this ear. Goes all the way down back here and down to where Ray's got it marked here. And then we think we figured out why this happened. So if you guys remember back at the beginning of the DR Nova build, this ear had broke off the top of the transmission. Well, what we did is when we put the transmission in, we went ahead and bolted this piece in, even though it wasn't really supporting the transmission. I figured, you know, it would kind of help with twisting force side to side or whatever. So we went ahead and bolted it in. Well, when we pulled the transmission out, we kind of lost this piece right here. And apparently what happened is it had fell down and set perfectly on top of the damn flex plate, right? So when Ray pulled the transmission back out, it was still on top of the flex plate. And
what I think it was
yeah, it was wedged in like that. And that's why the transmission wouldn't go all the way up. And what had happened was we were working from the bottom, because we were already under there. So we're working from the bottom, so we had everything kind of snugged on the bottom but not tight, and we couldn't really see up here.
That's
so
what you get when you're drinking and you're working on it.
Yeah. So I reached up from the side to put this bolt in, and I was trying to snug it up, and yep, snap. But anyway, what we're gonna do, thank you to Kevin Varner. He's actually got somebody that's gonna weld this ear back on for us. So we're gonna load this baby up, take it over to Kevin, and he's gonna take it to his guy. Yeah, guys, so the converter was fully seated. What happened to the transmission, it wasn't the converter not being seated, it was a case of, well, probably a little drunken stupidity. We just weren't paying attention to what was going on, and we fucked the transmission up. But, you know, shit happens. We got it somewhere now. It's getting fixed, so we're moving on. The DR Nova will be back together within the next 2 weeks, at the latest, within the next 2 weeks. Now that we got that out of the way, I need to go over some changes with the Chaos Theory Camaro here, some stuff that's going on. First off, I want to say the nitrous is hooked up. It's ready to go, guys, but we're not taking it this weekend. As I said in a previous video, we want to be able to go up there earlier in the morning when no one else is there. And one of the track owners also wants to have a little fun with me with his V6 Mustang. So we're going to kind of hold off on that a little bit. But there has been, I haven't really decided yet. I think I'm going to let you guys vote on it. That's what I'm going to end up doing. So here's the deal, guys. Some of you already know this. We had an issue a couple months ago, and I'm going to try not to get too personal with this, but that's kind of going to put a damper on the plans that I had for this car. So in order to make up for that, what I've decided to do, and I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be bummed about this, but instead of throwing that perfectly good 307 in it after we blow up the V6, I've decided to sell the 307 for a couple $100. And I've already, guys, I've been selling parts like crazy the last 2 weeks out of this garage, just trying to kind of raise money to go towards the car, because our paychecks are going to be going towards other things. So yeah, so that's what I got going on, guys. I figure instead of spending the time and the money to put the 307 in it just to blow it up, I'm going to sell that and sell some other stuff I got around here that I'm not going to need, so we can go ahead and start buying parts to get this thing LS swapped after we blow up the V6. For some of you, that might kind of be a bummer, but for some of you, you'd probably rather me do it that way, because it's going to kind of move the project along, especially since I don't have a lot of time this time of year, and I damn sure don't have a lot of money right now. So this way, whatever money I get coming in from the parts I'm selling, you know, we can go ahead and start buying cross members and you know, torque arms and motor mounts and et cetera, and you know, hopefully go ahead and start looking for a good deal on a 5.3 or a 4.8, something like that. And with that being said, I actually scored a hell of a deal the other day on a shifter for this thing, so I'm going to show that to you. So if you're a regular to the channel, you already know I like my ratchet shifters, guys. I don't like the gate style shifters, and I know everybody who builds a race car uses the gate shifters. I'm just not a fan. I like the ratchet shifters, and there's a reason I like them. Number one, it's a positive shift. I mean, it's just positive. You know you're going into each gear. Number two, you can use a ratchet shifter with a forward or a reverse manual valve body because, you know, the gear spacing doesn't change. You know, you're just either ratcheting back or you're ratcheting forward. Literally, all you have to do is change your plate here. Now, since Chaos Theory is going to be an ongoing project, and chances are we're going to be swapping the transmissions out, possibly, you know, we're going to be starting off with our Turbo 350 we have already. Later on, we might do a manual valve body and a trans brake and things like that. And at that point, we'll have to go to a reverse shift pattern on it. So this is actually going to save me money in the long run. And it's already saved me money, guys, because what you're looking at here is the mega shifter that is custom fit for the console in a 3rd gen Camaro. And I managed to score this thing for a whopping $65. That's right. $350 shifter for 65 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. There are a couple parts missing. For one thing, the light bulb here, the little gear light indicator, which I'm really totally not worried about. That's going to be like a last thought, but it's broken. It did come with it, but it's broken and it really can't be fixed. I need to order a new one, but like I said, that's not priority. One thing that is priority for it though is when you mount this in the console of a 3rd gen Camaro, it actually comes with brackets, and the brackets space the shifter up about that far, and it also centers it in the console of the Camaro so that this shift plate will bolt down in place of the factory shift plate in the Camaro. Now, it did not come with those brackets. I'm going to call B&M, see if maybe I can purchase those separate. I can't find them online anywhere, but if I can purchase them separate, I will. If not, fuck it, we'll make some. But I'm really happy about this, guys, because I know it might sound kind of corny, but this was actually one of the first things on my list that I wanted to get. But obviously, I didn't want to have to pay $350 for a new one. I actually found this in Ohio, and turns out my daughter had just moved to Ohio a couple months ago. So her boyfriend went and got it for me, and they came down and saw me last weekend and brought it down here to me. So there we go. We got our first part for the Camaro build. Now, as I mentioned earlier, over the course of the last couple weeks, I've been selling some of my motorcycle gear. I sold some turbo parts that I'm not going to be able to use with this project. I actually sold the extra 38 millimeter wastegate that I had for Steppenwolf. I sold that last night. It's, you know, obviously, guys, I'm planning on minimum 80 millimeter turbo on this thing. So that 38 millimeter wastegate was not going to get the job done. So I sold it. I sold an old Quadrajet intake. Bottom line, guys, I've got about 300, I think a little over $300 so far that I've made off parts I'm selling. And I've still got a lot of stuff in here I don't need. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, guys. I'm just going to keep selling the stuff I don't need and ordering the stuff I do need, and hopefully not long after we blow this V6 up, we can go ahead and get started on doing the LS swap in this thing. Now, as for the China Vet, I really need to get back on that too. There's actually not a whole lot left that I want to do to it for right now. You know, we still got to hit that 6-second time slip, guys, and I'm hoping this HD2 shift kit that I have over here is going to help me do that. If not, I'm probably going to get with the converter company, Total Transmission Chicago, that I got the 4L80 converter from. I might get with them, you know, see what I can do about getting maybe just a 3000 stall or something for the Vet. Keep in mind, guys, that thing is a just complete daily driver. My wife drives it to work. I know 3800 stall would be great in it. She won't like driving it that way, and to be honest, for what we use it for, I won't either. So we're going to probably, if I do end up having to get a stall to meet our goal, it's probably going to stay under 3200. And honestly, depending on how close we get to our goal after I put this shift kit in, I may not even go that high, guys. It may end up with like a 28 or something like that. But all that matters right now is, once again, I am going to be racing it this weekend at English Mountain in the hard tire class, as long as I can get these nitrous bottles filled and the new tires put on it. And once again, guys, I'm urging you, if you are local, or even if you're within like 2 hours, you guys really need to come out. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be lots of fun. If you got a car on hard tires, bring it. Because, like I said, guys, that's what this hard tire class is going to be for. They're going to have some bigger boys out there, you know, in the small tire class and run what you brung. But Josh Ottinger and Greg up there at English Mountain, you know, they've decided to have this class, you know, just for guys like me, you know, and guys like a lot of you that you don't have a shit ton of money to sink into your car, but you still want to race, have a good time, and have a shot at winning some money. So I believe entry is going to be $50 in the hard tire class. I don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's going to have somewhere around either a $500 or $1,000 payout. Probably $1,000 because the field's usually pretty large with the hard tire class. So come on out, guys, have a good time. And like I already said, I wanted to try to keep this video kind of short, but I did want to let you guys know what's going on, let you know why you haven't heard from me in a while. Hopefully work will slack up soon and that'll change, because honestly, I would much rather be out here in the garage working on stuff than working till 7 or 8 o'clock at night killing bugs. Anyway, once again, Cash Nights this Saturday, July 27th at English Mountain Raceway. Come on out, race, or just watch. Have a good time. There's going to be a ton of people there, and I hope to see you there too. Now, once again, I've got to get up for work in the morning. Really don't want to, but I got to. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, think about clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell. Now get out in the garage, get something done, and I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.